What's up, everybody? I hope you're all having a good day. I have been gone for a very long time. For those of you who are new here, my channel is called Only Blade. I kind of stuffed up the name. It's supposed to be Only a Blade because I saw a picture of a sword in the corner, took that and used that as my whole personality for this channel. So yeah, sorry guys. Anyway, going into the video, today we are looking at the whole H3 situation regarding, well, we are, at this point in time, I'm pretty sure all of you know now that Ethan Klein is effectively suing three creators in particular, that being Casey Tron, Denims, and Frogan. So as far as the whole lawsuit goes, there's obviously a lot that's going on online. A lot of people are going to be looking at this in a different way, different manner. And I think that what's happening over here is that more and more people aren't really paying attention to what's actually going on or what the main cause of the complaint is. Now, effectively, his whole situation or the whole situation arises from the fact that these three people in particular maliciously tried to divert views away from the original product. So in other words, let's explain it this way to make it much easier for you. Let's just say that there is a movie that's going to come out, but you don't want to maybe give money to Disney. These streamers go out, they stream the movie, and then instead of you paying Disney, you just give them money or you just watch it through them for free. It takes away money from those companies. In a similar fashion, H3, now that they've registered the video before publishing it, they have the same rights as Disney effectively. They're just not as large, I would think, or don't have the same amount of power. Now, you going and streaming it, reacting to it is all good and well, provided that you put in enough effort and input into it. The problem you have with this, though, is that these three in particular, they stated that the sole purpose of them streaming it is to divert views, it's to steal, basically, the views away from Ethan and push it into themselves. They did it maliciously and they did it intentionally. That's what makes it worse. And on top of that, aside from doing it in that fashion, they've decided that they are going to brag about it. And then now that crap has hit the fan, things are taking a bit of a turnover. So let's have a look at some of their Twitch pages. This is my first time actually trying to use Twitch properly. I'm not a very good person with it. I haven't really used it before. And well, I need to create an account on this and actually use it. I created one in 2016 when I thought I was going to get into the stuff, but I just didn't. I chose to carry on with my career. So Casey Tron seems to be normal, okay? Denim's mostly normal, I think, with the views and the clips and whatever else, whatnot on the videos. When you go to Frogan, on the other hand, it's all gone. Everything is deleted. There's just one clip from like 9 months ago, but there's nothing here otherwise. And I don't see like anything else about it. It's weird. Absolutely. So I guess in this case, she basically tried to delete all of the evidence, thinking that that's going to save her in court. But the problem with this, though, is it doesn't matter because when they went to their lawyer, you got to understand a lot of the times when you go to your lawyer, a few things you got to keep in mind. When you want to sue somebody, especially when it's going to be something that's going to be in the public sphere and it's going to bring a lot of attention to a particular law firm, a lot of times what they will do is they'll look at your client or they look at their client and they look into the merits of the case. They will look and tell their client or advise their client accordingly. Look, you can do A, B, and C. These are your alternatives. This is what you can do or whatever it is. And these are your chances of winning, your probability of success. You know, in some cases it's 50-50. Sometimes they'll tell you to roll the dice. Sometimes they'll just tell you, look, man, it's a very strong case. Can't guarantee you a win. And that's exactly what's probably happened over here. Now, a lot of attorneys will never ever, and I see this in real life as well, will never ever guarantee you that you can win. The reason being is sometimes the law can change like halfway through. Maybe there's a new case that's been decided, or maybe there's an amendment to the law that doesn't really hold water anymore, or something is abolished that just changes everything and turns it on its head. So that can also happen as well. Now, where things get a bit more funnier for me in particular, and it's that obviously these guys need a GoFundMe to defend themselves. The thing about it though is you would think that for people who don't really make much money on the internet, they would probably do their best to stay out of like copyright trouble or try to do something that isn't going to get them into hot water, but they go ahead and do it anyway. But be that as it may, let's have a look at each of their GoFundMes. So Casey Tron's one is kind of funny given that she's effectively always high in all of her videos from what I see, or I don't know if she's some sort of an addict or something like that, but from what I see, she looks like she's obviously having a bit of a rough time. And she and I are the same age. We both look absolutely old for our age. I can tell you that much. I look like I'm 50 as well. I mean, she also looks like 50, like she's 50. I mean, maybe we got the same genes or something. I don't know. Or maybe I just have a severe lack of sleep and she's got a severe drug addiction. I don't know what it is. But anyway, looking at the goal over here, it's $8,790 raised out of 100,000 goal. And she got like 328 donations. So she hit like 9% of a marker. The problem with this though is I don't think that she's going to have a lot of luck with this case because as far as finances go, I think that hers is the worst at the moment. And reading through some of these contents over here, hey Casey Tron, only heard about a couple of days ago when this happened. I wish you all the best. Please keep doing what you're doing. You seem like a really fun person. Okay, cool. Hope this donation helps you find a good rehab center after Ethan takes your bong away. That's a bit of a rough one. Ethan, remember when Hila had access to play cricket sounds? This is my campaign to bring it back. You got the skull. Hope, Ethan. And he's settler lawyer. I'm embarrassed. I can't. So, okay, nothing too much of the ordinary over there. Denims, this is an interesting one. She's basically hit 28% of a goal. She asks for it out of a total of 100,000. And it's 27,000 raised, which is not bad as well. But keep in mind that they're going to need a lot of this money. And I'm telling you now, 100,000 for lawyers' fees, it might not be enough. They might need more than that if this case really gets out of hand. And if Ethan decides to go all the way and he says stuff settling, he wants to go all the way, put them in the box, cross-examine them, get as much evidence out of them, getting them to testify, it's going to be like a long, long run. And now look at this over here. Fight this denim. Sending love. You shouldn't have to deal with this scumbag loser. But bullying is the only way he gets attention and money. Let's bully him. Let's bully with lawyers. Okay? Nice try. So they take bully and they want to bully as well. Please destroy this man defender. To Ethan, I supported you when you were fair use nonsense. When I was 18, I'm not gonna let you do that to a woman you hate. This is for Ethan. You are cooked. $5. Terrible moves, Ethan. Don't keep it up. Bankrupted Ethan. It deserves to be on the streets. Things such as this do not belong in society and need to be eradicated. Ethan's second mega fridge fund. Can't wait for my king to be vindicated in court. Okay. Hey Ethan, please enjoy the $5. So keeping in mind when these guys lose their case, you got to keep in mind that they are also gonna have to pay over some legal fees and damages, so they will need money. Chances are they might have another GoFundMe going afterwards. Now, Frogan's one is where it gets interesting. Hers is double, okay? So it means one of two things. Either she realized how expensive it can get, or there's something a bit more malicious going on over here. So she's got $26,000, 13% out of 200,000. And this is where it gets a bit strange for me. After 2 years of targeted harassment campaigning against me, from the research what I've done, it seems to be the reverse. She's been the one harassing Ethan, but let's go on into it. Ethan Klein has now escalated into suing me for reacting to his video on Hassan and myself in a video titled Content Nuke Hassan Piker. The problem with the reaction is that she did so maliciously. She clearly stated that this was the sole purpose of this was to steal views away from him and to obviously divert it through to her. Now, this fundraiser is to cover any legal fees, fine, associated with this complaint, okay. Any counterclaims I may have against him, she doesn't have a counterclaim against him, and any other bills and personal expenses from lost wages and damages arising from this litigation. That is an interesting one. I get the feeling that this girl is hoping it's not going to cost more than 100,000 and she's going to pocket the other 100,000. That's what I'm speculating. I'm not saying that she is going to do it. I'm just speculating that she's going to do it. So we'll see where this goes. I mean, I'm not going to even, let's see. After nearly 2 years of targeted harassment against Ethan Klein, he has now escalated into suing me. After nearly 2 years of targeted harassment campaign against Ethan Klein, he has not escalated to me. There, I fixed your opening statement. There we go. This person also made it clear. For 2 years, from what I understand, she, Hassan, all of these people have been basically crapping on Ethan for as long as possible. And now he basically played them and he's probably going to win. So the reason why I'm saying he's probably going to win is when it comes to copyright law, there are certain hurdles that have to be skipped and passed over. And these guys, while they can try to use the reaction as that, the problem they have is that in midway through some of their streams, they got up, they left, they just had their chair there. In some cases, they outright stated they don't know what's going on. In Casey Tron's cases, she smoked more than she spoke, and Denims obviously maliciously and outright said that they are basically stealing views. They just want to do this for the sake of not giving Ethan the support, but they want to watch the content anyway. And at some point in time, she even asked people to drop her Twitch Prime as well, and hope that they enjoyed watching her basically effectively steal from Ethan. Now, when it comes down to this type of situation, they have a very, very long road ahead of them. And from what I understand, this stuff can take a very, very long time to get through. It's not just to say the build up to it that's going to be an issue, but to just finalize the case is going to take some time. Because they're going to have to take this in front of an old judge who's going to be obviously fed up at that point in time. Then he has to go through all of these clips. Then he has to watch through whatever arguments the defense brings. It's just going to be a complete mess. Obviously, though, with these type of situations, normally what happens is they will try to make an attempt at settling it before it goes to trial. And if that settlement falls apart, then obviously it'll go to a trial. And then from there, we'll all get to see what actually happens. I get a feeling that Ethan's going to do everything he possibly can to avoid settling the matter and just take this to court directly and put it in front of a judge and then take it from there. But we'll see where it goes. As far as these three geniuses go, though, it's a bad move on their side, and they are effectively cooked, in my opinion. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we're all wrong. Who knows? With that being said, guys, I'm out of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, do subscribe, share, and all that other fun stuff. I will see you in the next one for more slop content coming up. I am definitely going to be doing this more frequently now because, well, what can I say? I'm part of the unemployment club. Sweet. See you later, man. Bye.